Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Man Mukur Sudhari Bharnau Raghuvar Vimal Jasu Jodayak Falachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kale Savikar सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. When Ramchandra ji with the whole army of monkeys and bears came to the shores of Bharat, there in front is that vast ocean in between Bharat and Lanka. When Bhagwan was on the shores of Bharat, meanwhile Vibhishan, tumro mantra Vibhishan mana Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. Ravan, egoistic, had only sycophants around him to praise him, to tell him what he is doing is right. There is nothing to fear. But when the news reached that the army has reached the shores of Bharat, all the ministers of Ravan told him, "Oh, what is there to fear? How will they cross the ocean? And even if they come, we hear it is only man and monkey. You are invincible and there will be meals for us." Vibhishan, as a brother, as a minister and counselor of Ravan, goes to tell Ravan, "Ravan, don't get carried away by these egotistic statements. Don't say what merely monkeys are coming. Remember that one monkey who came here and he burnt the whole of Lanka and went. Imagine when he along with his master comes here, what will happen? Even now, for the good of your state, for the good of your country, for the good of Lanka and for your own well-being. All you have to do is give up your attachment for Sita and give Sita back to Ramchandra ji. I have heard that he is so compassionate, he will forgive, there will be no war. But Ravan, and this is the sign of the ego and of delusion, kicks Vibhishan and tells him that you eat of my treasury and you are telling me what to do? You get out from here or I will kill you. And as he kicked Vibhishan, Vibhishan remembered Hanumanji's words. And without hesitation, with one or two of his faithful ministers or his colleagues, he left from there and telling Ravan that I as a younger brother was here to serve you. But now that you have thrown me out, I go straight to Ram. And declaring it, not as a traitor, declaring it, he goes to Sri Ram. And there, hearing the words of Hanumanji, Tumro mantra Vibhishan mana, Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. In his own mind, he doubts, a sinner like me, brother of Ravan, with no sadhana, will Ramchandra ji during this wartime accept me? But he remembers the words of Hanumanji, what he hears in his satsang. And he goes there, reminded of Hanumanji's words that when you surrender, it is the greatness of the Lord that you surrender to, not your worthiness. Because what have we to offer? When he comes there, Bhagwan accepts him. Bhagwan is ready to accept anyone. But even the sense that I am a sinner, I have not done anything, then get up and do. Don't sit back and say, I've done nothing here, I'm not worth it, I will not be able to progress spiritually, realization in this life is not possible. All these thought tendencies have to be conquered in remembering the glory of the Lord, the advice of the saints and sages. And when Vibhishan came and Bhagwan accepted Vibhishan as his friend, his brother, and there declared him that you will be the king of Lanka. That you are the king of Lanka. Now, how would they cross the ocean? Many people gave so many suggestions, but Vibhishan said, Bhagwan, you are all capable. Why don't we ask nature itself, the ocean itself, to show the way? Lakshman, who knows of the capability of Bhagwan, Lakshman, who represents self-mastery and vairagya, and empowered by this self-mastery and vairagya, this knowledge of Ramchandra ji and power of Ramchandra ji, he could dry off the ocean. And Lakshman says, you can dry off the ocean. Why don't you do it? Same way also, we say, oh Lord, why don't you remove our problems? Why do we have to go through all these struggles? But there is a reason. Bhagwan meditates for 3 days. When the ocean does not rise, Bhagwan takes his bow and arrow And with his arrow, he could have dried up the ocean. But it said the ocean came up and said, I am following only your law, nature's law. How can I just part and give way? Why don't you? You have here Nile. They can build a bridge across the ocean. And that time the distance, continental shifts were happening. The distance between India and Lanka, Bharat and Lanka, was 800 miles. To build a bridge across was not that easy. And even whatever the distance even today is there, how do you build this bridge? Even there, grace of the Lord and the name of the Lord. All the Vanaras place the rocks, and the rocks floated by the mere power of the name of the Lord. And the bridge was being made steadily. And even when this bridge was being made, Ravan stayed in his arrogance. Rock by rock, pebble by pebble, sand by sand. Here there is a story that we hear from other Ramayans as a legend, the story of this squirrel who was picking up small little pebbles and wanted to be very much part of building this bridge. Hanuman saw this squirrel coming with a grain of sand or one small little pebble, and coming amongst the feet would get crushed amongst the huge Vanaras, the monkeys, the bears. So kept on telling the squirrel, now you go away. And in life also, when there is a huge project, and very often most people back out and say, I can't do this. Here is a small little squirrel. Every monkey of the nation, every squirrel, every small creature wanted to be part of this building. Like that, such a yogi could have dried up that ocean whose name the rocks were floating, could have built the bridge by his mere arrows. Later on, Arjuna says that also. Why would he take so much trouble for the monkeys to build this bridge to Lanka? Herein, Gurudev used to explain why the emphasis in the Veda, in the Bhagavad Gita, and here we see demonstrated in the Ramayana of this cooperative endeavor for a common goal where everyone gets together to build this bridge and to fight against Ravan, not only to bring peace to the yogi, but bring peace to the world. This Ravana affects every one of us. Even in the society, it is the ego and egocentric selfish desires of all the people that there are war, battles, conflicts, discriminations, etc. that goes on. And there is no peace. It is not that Ravan was not defeated by Vali or Sahasrabhahu Arjuna, but all of them then eventually sided him and took him as his ally. Ramchandra ji was alone capable of defeating Ravan. But why did he gather all the monkeys? On one side you see a resourceful man who stops at nothing, who's able to generate resources from the animals of the forest to fight against the most sophisticated army of Ravana. For a spiritual seeker, never say that it is not possible. However long the journey may be, journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. The bridge to Lanka began with the first stone that was put in. And everybody came to contribute that little by little by little. And every little we contribute, we all work towards actively removing that evil from within us and from society. Even though all this could have been done by the Lord, and everything is done by the Lord, but as Vibhishan and as Sagar Devata said, that there is a law of nature, and according to that law, all we have to do is put in our little effort, remaining by the grace of the Lord, by the grace of the totality, all happens. Therefore, the seeker must put in his or her effort. That little effort that we put in, and however small it may be, but together when we put this effort, Pujya Gurudev, whenever there was any service project required, and if we cannot do any or gain any achievement outside, then this inner journey is not that easy. Whenever he started any project, we have seen he was single-handedly capable of raising the funds and to plan out the project, inspire the people and build it up. Yet, he would give opportunity even to the little children. In that, they develop their confidence. And whatever little everybody can do, we can remove not only this evil from within us, but from the society. Because if evil rules, it rules our hearts also. And if there is little evil in our heart, even externally, there is a mega evil projected. Whether it may be a form of a warmonger, whether it may be a Ravana or a Kamsa, Kumbhakarna, Hitler, whatever you may say. And to remove that from us, Bhagwan gave this opportunity of seva. Very often we don't do anything thinking, oh, the project is big or the journey is long, and therefore, what is my little contribution? But Bhagwan gives everybody a chance. In front of the mighty Vanaras who were carrying huge boulders, the squirrel's contribution was more precious to Ramchandra ji, because with what spirit it was done. Hanuman, only to protect that squirrel, saying that whatever your action is very little, but you will be harmed. But she wanted to serve. And that kind of dedicated spirit, when it is there, to stop at nothing, to do whatever little I can, and even all the Vanaras put together, even the bridge that they could make would be only small. Would be only small. And when it was time for the monkeys to go, if they went in a straight file, Ravan could just stand with one of his weapons, and one by one they would be killed as they walked into Lanka. How could that whole army charge at once into Lanka? Ramchandraji comes and stands in front of the ocean. All the oceanic creatures rise up, and that little narrow bridge becomes a huge bridge for everyone to pass through. Someone would have looked back and Ramchandraji, if you could have done that before and used your charm, and this whole bridge would have been built. Why did we have to pick up all these rocks? But that effort that we put in brings the truth, the Lord, closer to us. Remaining is all His karuna, His grace. Even the Upanishads say that. A seeker only can put in this much effort. Remaining, as you open up for His grace, that grace flows through us. This is why great masters, whenever they started any project, even now, as you may have heard, Gurudev's great vision for a university for generations to come, bringing in the ancient knowledge traditions and uniting it with our contemporary knowledge, so that we create a system of education by which we have thinkers far beyond thinking outside the box. For such a big university, even the amount of funds that are required seems to be impossible. Yet by His grace it comes. Yet if each and every one of you come forward to reach out little by little by little, like the monkeys and the squirrels, you could reach out and create a huge force where the task gets done quickly. The remaining, the Lord fills it up. And when externally we work for such projects, that's why Gurudev started this mission. Not only for us to learn, to meditate, to develop, but also be equipped to gain this knowledge, to be equipped to be able to meditate and realize, and therefore these seva projects of the mission. Don't ever sit back and say, I cannot do it. Don't wait for someone to come and tell you. Immediately, whenever you see something like this being done, come forward. Build the bridge. And before you know it, something mighty can be achieved, something great can be achieved, and that Sita, who is also considered to be the spiritual knowledge, which brings about peace, that Sita which represents also success and prosperity as a mother for the well-being of all, that Sita can be gained. The great significance that Gurudev used to speak about, this building of the bridge. All The whole army of Ramchandraji, and what an army of monkeys, of bears, of Vanaras, all come to Lanka. Even there, Ramchandraji, if the ego were to surrender, but this Rajasic ego, full of delusion, is not ready to surrender and lives with its likes, its dislikes, and hordes of negative tendencies, and its lust, its passion, its arrogance, and will see everything get destroyed around him, but still will not surrender. Finally, the battle took place. And herein, very briefly also, these beautiful bits of knowledge that come in, from which we understand this inner journey. When Ravan comes to the battlefield finally, but before that, one by one his mighty warriors are killed. He sees his family getting destroyed, his country, his fellow men being destroyed, but still not ready to give up his arrogance, his delusion, his lust. Many of the warriors, one by one, were defeated. Finally, Indrajit, the son of Ravan, Meghnath he is called, who once comes to a battlefield, roars like the cloud, like thunder he comes. And Indrajit means one who has conquered Indra, but Indra also means our senses. And one who has conquered our senses, the son of delusion, moha, is kama or lust. The battle between Indrajit and Lakshman takes place. It goes on, both mighty warriors. Many a time Lakshman defeats Indrajit, but finally Indrajit, panicking, throws a missile at Lakshmana, and Lakshmana falls into a coma. Indrajit cannot lift him as a trophy and bring it to Ravan, leaves him in the battlefield thinking him to be dead. And while they celebrate in Lanka, Hanumanji lifts up Lakshman, brings back to the camp. Even Ramchandraji loses himself and starts weeping. That time Vibhishan says that there is Sushen, a doctor, a Vaidya, but he is in the fortress. Hanumanji goes and brings Sushen. Sushen says that there is only one herb that can help him to revive Lakshman from this coma. But it is in the Himalayas, they are in Lanka. Everybody thinks how impossible it is, but Hanumanji just finds out about the herb, where it is available, goes, and to be sure that he brings enough of the herbs and the right herbs, chops off the part of the hill, Drona Parvat, and he brings it. And Lai Sanjeevana Lakhani Jiyai, Shri Raghuvira Harashi Urilai. He brings the Sanjeevani. Lakshman is revived again. Meanwhile, Ravan awakens that tamasic Kumbhakaran. And when Kumbhakaran comes into the battlefield, this huge monster, destroying everything and anyone and devouring everybody that comes on the way, Goswami Tulsidas Ji says that this is the tamasic ahankara who devours all our good virtues. All the monkeys, and he had to be killed, and finally Ramchandraji kills him also, and with his glance revives all the monkeys. Finally, Indrajit comes into the battlefield again, and this time Lakshman kills Indrajit also. This also story speaks a lot of our inner journey. Lakshman represents Vairagya. Ramchandra ji is Jnana or knowledge. Where Vairagya is in conflict with lust, now and then a surge of lust can send our Vairagya into a coma. But there also, Santa Hanuman, Bhakta Hanuman, Guru Hanuman brings Sanjeevani from the mountain, Himalayas. So from the mountain of firm faith, Sanjeevani, which is bhakti. And bhakti alone has the Shakti to conquer our asakti or attachment or lust and revive our Vairagya. And that Vairagya gives our Vivek, our Gyan, strength to finally destroy this delusory ego Ravan. Now, after all these warriors are dead, Ravan himself comes into the battlefield. There, Vibhishan panics out of his loving anxiety and tells Ramchandra ji that you are without an armor or a shield, without a chariot and barefooted, while Ravana comes completely equipped with his chariot and his weapons. How will you be able to conquer such a warrior? And Ramchandra ji says that get me not this chariot that guarantees victory. It cannot guarantee victory. No amount of sophisticated technology or material power bring me or build me the chariot of dharma, where sauraj dheeraj tehi rath chaka satya sila drid dvaja pataka bal vivek dam parahit gore क्षमा कृपा समतार जुजोरे ईश भजन सारथि सुजाना बिरति चर्म संतोष कृपाना दान पर सुबुद्धि शक्ति प्रचंडा भर विज्ञान कठिन को दंडा अमल अचल मन त्रोन समाना समजम नियम सिली मुख नाना कवच भेद विप्र गुरु पूजा एहि सम विजय उपाय न दूजा. And my friend, if someone has a chariot of such virtues, there is no enemy for that person, and no enemy can be victorious over such a person. These are all the qualities when equipped with this chariot of sure victory, where courage and valor and perseverance are the two wheels, forbearance are the two wheels, where honesty and integrity and sweetness of character are the flag that declares that the warrior is unfailing. Whose horses are strong, who have got the discrimination, who have focus and are well reined, and who have cooperation and well-being for others, whose reins are equanimity of mind, forgiveness and compassion, strong reins, and whose chariot cannot say that you make the Lord the charioteer, But Isha Bhajan Sarathi Sujana, your regular meditation, worship, devotion to the Supreme becomes your guide, your charioteer. And all your self-discipline, etc., are your protectors and your shield and your weapons. But your final armor is your reverential service, puja, to those who are wise and noble, and to the Guru who knows the truth. Their grace, their teachings, their blessings are your armor. And this is the chariot of sure victory. Equipped with these, Ramchandraji fights Ravan. But one by one, as he cuts his head or chops his head, or you can say shoots his head, still again the head crops up. This is with all our senses. This ego, you conquer one of the senses, another ego, another head becomes manifest and becomes powerful. Finally, Ramchandraji is told that there is a pot of nectar in his navel. Chop off all his heads together and pierce his navel. There lies the pot of his immortality, which is the pot of our vasanas, which again and again and again and again make us repeat. And when Bhagwan, having cut all his 10 heads, simultaneously hits at the root where lies the pot of delusion and its consequent vasanas, Ravan falls down dead. And when Ravan is dead, Ramchandraji and Sita are united. This is so beautifully, and this whole Ramayana, inner Ramayana, we have explained. Just as the great mighty acharyas have conceived of it, it has got multiple purpose to live a life of dharma, to live a life of achievement, to live a life of nobility, to invoke in us devotion, faith. But this inner Ramayana, the great rishis themselves has unfolded. The great masters have unfolded. In Atma Bodh, you will find, and this Atma Bodh, pretty much Shankaracharya has taken the theme from Sri Ram Gita, from the Adhyatma Ramayana. And in one verse, he gives us the complete Ramayana, the inner Ramayana. And the 50th verse of Atma Bodh, self-knowledge, Sri Adi Shankaracharya says, Tirthva moharnavam hatva ragadveshadi rakshasan yogi shanti samayukta atma ramo virajate. He says, Tirthva moharnavam, crossing over this ocean of delusion, hatva, having destroyed, raga, dvesha, adi, rakshasan, these torturing negativities like, dislikes, etc., yogi, that meditator, shanti samayuktaha, united with peace, shanti, atma ramo virajate, revels, shines in the kingdom of the self. Now you can see how this journey has been pointed out in the Ramayana. Of course, people will ask the question about Sita's Agni Pariksha and Sita Parityag. But that can be understood only from the standpoint of a Jivan Mukta, a man of realization as he functions in the world. Very difficult to understand, but not from even Dharma standpoint. Just to give you a glimpse of it, that at this moment we are a slave to our mind, its desires, its whims, its fancies, etc. But for such a Jivan Mukta to function in the world, he has to work through the equipments only, through Prakriti, through Maya, through this mind. And as such, Sita remained in the fire only. And when that Sita comes from the fire, it is with only that pure intention the great master works in this world, running projects for the upliftment of society, just like our Gurudev did, just as the great rishis and masters did. But even then, doing everything for the world will criticize, will gossip. When he takes up such great projects and rules the kingdom so beautifully, they will criticize his intention, his mind, etc. And therefore, having done the best for the world, such a master, then giving up the identification even with the mind by which he serves the world, he withdraws into the self and attains Videha Mukti. Atma Ramo Virajate. Whether as a Jivan Mukta or after this body has come to an end. The one who recognizes his Atma as Brahma, as Rama, revels in the bliss. This is the inner Ramayana which we have shared with you. And how is it possible? Goswami Tulsidas Ji has given a simple solution. So why didn't you give us the simple solution? Because you would see the journey. And he says, Rama ekata pasati atari, nama koti khala kumati sudhari. That all these great things Ramchandra Ji did, which is impossible for most people to do or anybody to do that way. But what the name of the Lord has done has removed the negativities of countless people. And therefore, each day, every day, at least for some time, if not with every breath, Ram, 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 Ram. And you will see all that is achieved by Ramchandra ji in the Ramayana will be achieved through the name of the Lord. With this knowledge, constantly chant the name of the Lord. Contemplate on the name of the Lord. Meditate with the name of the Lord. And revel in the Self who is Rama. And be united with the peace that is your own true nature. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 I am very grateful to the Lord and all those of you who have been made it possible for me to revel and share with all of you in your homes, in your cities, this inner Ramayana. I invoke the blessings of Bhagwan and Pujya Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda, and our entire Guru Parampara, that may their blessings flow through us to the world around us. And this wonderful journey of Sri Ram we accomplish within ourselves in this lifetime. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Satgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.